everyone, welcome back. Today we're doing another sip and makeup video, and I'm going to be recreating the viral latte makeup that's going around right now. I had a few of you ask me if I could do this makeup look in a sip and makeup video, and I love that idea. So we're going to do that today. So I went through and pulled out a bunch of things, and hopefully I can recreate this look to the best of my ability. So that's what we're going to be doing today. So grab a drink. I have some coffee here in the sip and makeup mug. As always, if you are wanting a mug for yourself, this is always in the description box for you if you're interested. But let's just go ahead and get into it. If you're new here, my name is Blair. I do all kinds of beauty and makeup content here on YouTube 3 times a week on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So I hope you'll stick around. And let's just get into the makeup. All right, so if you haven't heard about latte makeup, it's been going around for a few weeks on social media, and I believe it was started by Tennille J, I think is her name. I think she's an Australian makeup artist. Basically, she does this makeup look that she calls latte makeup, and it's basically just a bronzy, summery, very minimal skin and a lot of golden tones. So pretty much everything is very yellow based from what I've seen. Very little blush. It's all just very golden. So we're going to do that today. I have on a golden shirt, and I'm just going to try to recreate it. I'll try to pop a picture up on the screen somewhere of one of her photos of latte makeup so you can kind of see it if you have not yet. And I believe they also typically do faux freckles in these looks. So I don't really do that, but maybe we'll try it today. I don't know. But let's get started with brows. So with this look, from what I've seen, it's very, very natural, bushy eyebrows. So we're going to use Refy Brow Sculpt because that is exactly what this product will give you. Trying to wipe some of it off. Yeah, that's like the first thing that kind of stood out to me about this makeup is the brows are like very brushed up and fluffy. So once I've got it kind of dispersed in there, I'm going to take the brush tip and just kind of comb through it because I've still got a little bit of that white residue that you get with this sometimes. All right, so now that I've got that applied, my brows are looking very, 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 very fluffy. I'm going to go in with a little bit of brow pencil. I'm going to use the Rare Beauty, what is this? Brow Harmony Precision Pencil in Cool Brown. Okay, I think I'm going to stop while I'm ahead with the brows because brows are like one of those things. Sometimes you have to like force yourself to be like, okay, that's enough. Stop. Because you'll just keep going and going and going, and then that's when it's hard to come back from. So I'm taking a makeup wipe now and just cleaning up the top because I still had a little bit of that white residue I could see. All right, I am gonna do the eyes first, I think. I'm probably not gonna finish the eye look, but I'm gonna get them started before we move on to the base. So I'm gonna start with the Makeup by Mario Eye Prep and Set palette. And I'm just gonna take a little bit of both shades. And I'm just gonna apply this all over the lid so we have a nice even canvas to use for shadow. All right, so one of the products I pulled out to use is the Chanel Cream Bronzer. So this is the original one, the regular lightest color. So I'm gonna use this on my face, but I think I'm also gonna use this as a base for this eyeshadow because this color is very like yellowy golden. So I feel like this is a really good base for this eye look. So I'm going to start with this. And I'm gonna apply this in the crease and then kind of bring it in this way too, like down my nose. So it kind of bring that color all the way in. So everything I've seen from Tennille's photos is very just yellow, very camel, I guess is the color. I also really like to do this anyway. Just anytime you apply what you're putting on your base to your eyes, it just kind of makes the look really cohesive and pulls everything together. All right, moving on to the palette that came to mind immediately for this look was the Makeup by Mario Master Mattes palette. So you have a lot of really warm, yellowy browns in here. And I think for the most part, the photos that I've seen, the eyes are pretty matte. So we're gonna go into this palette to start. I'm gonna take this shade here, which I think is matte number 2. It's a very yellow based brown, kind of a camel color. And I'm gonna start building up this color kind of in the outer corner out here and then kind of fluffing it up where we put that Chanel bronzer. This photo that I'm looking at, I have it pulled up on my phone, is also, looks like the base is definitely this yellow color, but then she definitely has some pretty smoky chocolate brown on the eyes as well. So we also have that in this palette. So I think this should be the perfect palette for this. All right, I'm gonna switch to a 202 brush from BK Beauty. And let's see, I'm gonna go in with this reddish color and then this camel brown also up here. So a little bit of both shades, because this picture I'm looking at is very yellowy, like I said, but there's definitely like a bronze tone in there too, like a true reddish bronze. So I'm gonna add a little bit of this. Actually, this photo I'm looking at, she brings these bronze colors kind of all the way in. So I'm just gonna take this, kind of starting it out here and then feathering it in this way. I think the key with this is definitely light little layers of it instead of going in with a ton at once. Going back in with a little bit more, and I'm gonna bring it up a little bit higher and a little bit like further in this inner corner, because she definitely has it pulled pretty far in, which is not something I ever really do. With eyeshadow, I always, I don't really bring dark shades in this inner part of my eye. I think just because my eye shape and dark circles, you just kind of get the heebie-jeebies when you think about bringing something dark into this inner corner, because it's kind of like, okay, I'm already pretty dark there. I don't reach for this Master Mattes palette that often, but as I'm using these, I'm reminded this is a fantastic matte eyeshadow formula. So if you don't have this palette and this is something that you think you would use, I do recommend it. It's just not, I don't know, it's not a palette I reach for a lot, but as I'm sitting here doing this, I forgot how beautiful these mattes apply and blend. So I'm just slowly kind of building up the color. I'm gonna go into this brown right here now and kind of mix with that red and that brown there too. I'm just kind of mixing colors for this because I'm looking at this look in this picture and there's definitely some brown, some darker brown that looks like it's kind of like faded in on the lid. So I'm just kind of lightly added in there. I actually wonder what palette she used for this photo, because I feel like this palette, the Mario palette, is like the perfect palette for this makeup look. So I don't know if she used this or not, but if she didn't, it definitely looks like she did. All right, I'm gonna go back to that very first shade we applied and mix in a little bit of this like peachy color here. And I'm gonna go back up over where we initially placed that color and just kind of blend a little bit more because this eye makeup is very like blown out looking. All right, I'm gonna stop there for now with the eyes, but let's move on to the face. So I don't know, but I'm assuming they did underpainting in this makeup look. I'm not sure, but it definitely looks like they did to me. The base just looks super natural and very blended. So we're gonna do that. This is gonna be a major trust the process moment because this is gonna look interesting. But I'm gonna take the Chanel bronzer because, well, first we'll use it on the eyes, and I feel like this is just the overall tone that we're going for here. So I'm just gonna kind of draw this on and not be super careful with it. I really love the underpainting technique when I see it done, and I've done it a few times and liked how it looked. Then I've also done it a few times and did not like how it looked. So I feel like it's just one of those things you kind of have to practice with. But I feel like when you do it well, it looks really, really good. Oh my gosh, you guys, it is so freaking hot today. It's hot outside and I keep turning the air off in this room while I'm filming because I've noticed when I don't do that, that you can hear the air in the back of the footage when I go back to edit these videos, and it drives me nuts. So I'm trying not to have it turned on, but like that's why my face is getting more red because I'm so hot. All right, for this look, I'm gonna use Armani Luminous Silk. I feel like this is definitely the type of foundation you would use for this, if not like a tinted moisturizer or something. But so I'm gonna start applying this first where we did not apply the bronzer. All right, and now that I've got pretty much everything off the brush, I'm just taking what's left here and just tapping over the other areas. So you can definitely still kind of see my skin through this, but we haven't done concealer yet. So hold tight. I know you definitely have to trust that the end result is gonna work out with this. For corrector, I'm gonna go into Pink Pomelo from Huda Beauty and apply this. Sorry if I'm not talking as much in this video, but I'm trying to like think about what I'm doing and I'm getting distracted. But anyway, sorry if I'm not talking as much. All right, I'm gonna start blending that out with a smaller brush. It's amazing what a little bit of color corrector will do. All right, for concealer, I'm gonna use the Natasha Denona concealer in the shade N2 because I just cannot get enough of this concealer. Literally, I cannot. Every time I try to use something else, I immediately think, oh, I want to use that one. All right, so I'm gonna apply it kind of in the center of my face, and then I'm gonna apply some kind of underneath this bronzer. And then I'm gonna add a little bit of the concealer right there too, because the foundation didn't really cover that area. And now I'm going back in with the foundation brush and just blending that out. And then I'm gonna blend under my eyes with the FO3 from Sigma. This was risky, this whole makeup look, because I'm doing two things that I really don't do, which is doing my eyes first, number one, and then underpainting, which I don't do very often. So I'm not super skilled at it, but I think hopefully this is gonna come together in the end. All right, now I'm going back in with that foundation brush and just very lightly tapping over really the whole face just to make sure everything is nice and blended. It's coming together. I'm gonna go back in with the Chanel bronzer and I wanna add a little bit more of this because we've got in these photos, I mean, it's very bronzy. So I want to make sure that doesn't get lost. And there's essentially no blush from what I've seen in these pictures. So I guess the bronzer is the blush. So I'm just kind of going over where we had placed it before, just to add some more. All right, I am gonna take a little bit of this Patrick Ta duo. This is the blush duo in She's So LA, which is also like a bronzy color, but it's not quite as yellow toned as the Chanel bronzer, but I'm just gonna add a little bit of this just to get a little bit more color. So this is the 112 brush from BK Beauty. And I'm going in with the powder. And then we may add a little bit of the cream, I'm not sure. This She's So LA color is beautiful on its own. Honestly, I probably could have done this whole look with it instead of the Chanel bronzer, but I also really like the Chanel bronzer, so I'm just kind of bringing some over my nose now. All right, it looks like her face does have some powder, so I'm gonna take my Kosas Cloud Set powder in Breezy, and I'm gonna lightly kind of set right here in the center of my face, around my nose, because her skin, I feel like it looks pretty matte. So I'm gonna do this powder just because this does set your makeup without like taking away any glow you have. It will just kind of tone things down. The next thing that really stands out are the freckles. She has a lot of freckles, a lot, and I can't tell if she has them already and then they just added to them or if they totally added these to her. She has them on her forehead and all the way across her nose. So this is not something that I ever do. So I don't really know what I'm doing, but I guess we'll just go for it. I'm just using my NYX brow pencil for this in Cool Ash Brown. Probably not gonna go as hard with these as they did because they've got, I mean, she's got a lot. Can you even see them? Yes, you can. All right, I guess I'll add a few up here because she definitely has some. I think we're gonna stop there because she's got a lot, but she also has a much deeper skin tone than me naturally, so we're gonna stop there and we will move on to the bottom lash line now. So the bottom lash line in this photo is very smoky, like it's like as smoky as the top. So I do not know how smoky I'll go with this, but I'm gonna go back into the Chanel cream bronzer. And I'm gonna put this all the way under my eye. All right, and then I'm gonna take a few of the shadows that we used on the top under my eyes. which this is about to be real crazy for me because I never go like super dark and smoky on my lower lash line. But we're gonna try it. So I'm just gonna kind of mix all of these colors that we used and just go in under my eye with all of them because it looks like she's just got like a continuation of what's on her eyes on the lower lash line too. So I'm just gonna take a little bit of all of these colors. Also looks like she's got some dark brown in her waterline on the top and the bottom, which, whew. All right, I'm gonna do a little bit of Makeup by Mario, the Perfect Brown in the waterline, because it definitely looks like she's got it on the top and the bottom. Gosh, I don't know if I've ever done dark brown in my bottom waterline. And then it looks like maybe this video is going to be all over the place. I'm very sorry. I'm going to go into this brown right here and just kind of go over that lightly just to really like smoke it out. Okay, I do not know how I feel about this at all, but okay, let's do the other eye. All right, I do not know at all how I feel about this makeup right now, but we're gonna see it through to the end. So it does look like she has a little bit of like a gold highlight in her inner corners on both eyes. All right, I went and got the highlighter from Rare Beauty in Exhilarate because that's what it looks like she has like right in her inner corner. All right, so I'm gonna take some of that highlight and just bring that right in this inner corner. It's really the only highlight I see in this picture, so. All right, I think we're pretty much done with the eyes. I'm gonna go back into that very first shade we used in the crease just one more time and just go over the crease just a little bit more. Let's curl my lashes, and she definitely has mascara on, but I can't tell. It looks like it's black mascara, but it might be brown and it just looks black. I'm not sure. So I'm just gonna do like a light curl because her lashes are not like super curled. I'm gonna go in with this. This is the Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara in brown. And just go in with a light coat of this. You guys, this is so crazy to see myself with faux freckles close up in the mirror. I have never seen freckles on myself before. That's so funny. I actually really enjoy this Too Faced brown mascara. It's definitely one that gets better after it's been open for a while, as weird as that sounds. She also has a little mascara on her bottom lashes, so I'm gonna try to just add just a little. This is also something I do not do. And then for her lips, it looks like she has just lip liner and a little bit of lip balm on, because really all you can see is just slight definition on around her lips. And then it looks like maybe she's just got like a clear balm or something on, because it looks like just her natural lips other than the liner. I'm gonna do Pat McGrath Structure. All right, I'm just gonna put on a little bit of Laneige lip mask, because to me that's what it looks like she has. All right, you guys, this is the finished Latte makeup. What do you think? I was very unsure pretty much through this whole video, but at the end, I feel like it came together. I mean, it doesn't look exactly like the photo, but I feel like it's close. I'll put it up here on the screen again so you can see. I mean, she has a totally different skin tone, a totally different face shape than I do, but I don't know. I think it looks pretty believable, I think. The base honestly looks really, really flawless. It looks really, really good. I don't know if it's just, I'm assuming it's from underpainting because I feel like anytime I've done that, even if I didn't love how the makeup turned out, there's something about doing that that just looks so incredibly seamless on your skin. I don't know what it is that makes that happen, but every time I've tried it, I felt the same way. So let me know what you think. Hopefully, if you wanted to see this, this gives you maybe a little bit of inspiration to try it yourself. Definitely not the easiest thing to recreate, and this is very, very different for me. I've never done faux freckles. I don't do underpainting a lot. I don't do this dark smoky brown on the lower lash line and the eyes very much. So this is very much outside my comfort zone, but I love to recreate things like this. So I don't know, maybe we'll start doing this a lot, recreating other makeup looks. If you find one that you like, maybe tag me in it on Instagram or something, and I can start recreating them. But I hope you enjoyed the video. I'm sorry if I wasn't super talkative in this one. I was just very, very concentrated on what I was doing, but I hope you still enjoyed it. Make sure to subscribe if you have not already. All the products will be listed and linked below for you. They are affiliate links, so I do make a commission if you shop through them. So thank you so much. Follow me on Instagram at simply.blair and TikTok simply.blair1, and I will see you next time. Remember, simply be you.